Hey all, and welcome back to Fuzzy Dutchy Gaming, and a final video before we get stuck into 3.18. It's really just a 10-point checklist for anyone planning to try the Lightning Strike Raider build. It's just 10 points that I think are really important to consider. There's a written version as well, just so you can, have it on a second screen or have it to hand. They're just 10 points that are where you may get stuck or where you may need help. These are things you need to remember. So step 1. At the beginning, feel free to stick to two-handed weapons for as long as it takes to drop a good claw. You lose the comfort of life on hit from claws, but DPS will be way better than if you've just got a really bad average claw. Step 2, when you do switch to claws, don't forget to keep upgrading your claws if the damage falls off. Attack skills are a bit of a pain to level because all their damage comes from the weapon, so you can't overlook leveling up your weapon every now and again. Number 3, dual wield or not. Personally, I like to dual wield claws as it gives you increased attack speed, makes Helix feel a little less clunky, and whirling blades is faster. But all it really inherently gives you is increased attack speed. So if you feel you just want to only worry about one claw all the way through, and when you upgrade it you just upgrade one, then feel free to go claw and shield. It's going to be slightly slower in terms of moving through the zones, and your whirling blades is going to be a little bit slower. But as I said, you don't have to worry about always having to find two claws. Number 4, prioritize gearing up over zooming through the campaign. It's much better to take an extra hour in the campaign, especially if you're new at the skill, and really hit the ground running in maps, than have to go an hour faster, but then when you get to maps you have to mess around with your character to get res capped, you maybe haven't picked up all the gem links, your colours are wrong. It's much better to do this before you actually start mapping. So number 5, when to swap to Lightning Strike. Historically, and this league, my first aim is to get a 6 link because I want to switch to Lightning Strike straight away. That could be a tabular, could be a corrupted chest, could be like an unpopular unique chest, whatever I can afford that's got the right colours. The reason is on a 5 link, although you can use Vol Lightning Strike, because you need to rely on Ancestral Call to hit twice, you're basically losing a damage link and a little more because it has less damage on the gem. So if you hate Helix as much as me and you want to swap at a 5 link, you can, but it's probably more optimal to stay at Helix until a 6 link. Number 6, keep your eye on Trinity and make sure it's proccing. When you switch to Lightning Strike, you shouldn't really have any issues because lightning damage has a massive range and you're going to be running Anger as an aura. So unless you've got really odd gear where everything is lightning damage or everything is fire damage, you should proc Trinity naturally anyway. Spectral Helix, however, doesn't have any built-in LE damage, so Trinity can be a bit harder to balance. If Trinity does drop off, then you can just swap the gem out for increased critical strikes until you've got the gear to balance Trinity, or you move to Lightning Strike. Number 7, I know I state this all the time, but Raider doesn't get a ton of life early on, so don't feel you need to rush progression. If you get to early red maps, yellow maps, whenever it may be, and you hit a wall, it might be defense, it might be DPS, look at what gear you need to improve, drop back a few map tiers, and then get farming. Point 8, when you get your strike gloves, 6 link and decent claw, you are T14 map viable. Bossing might take 10 or 15 seconds depending on the boss, but from my experience last league, you should be 100% be able to start farming at this stage. If you get to this stage and you are struggling, come and see me over on Twitch if I'm live, or join the Lightning Strike Discord that will be in the video description and we'll help you with the build. Number 9, most important, don't forget you need Pierce and an additional strike before you switch to Lightning Strike. And the additional strike, as I said, can either be Ancestral Call or a mod on your gloves. The skill feels absolute arse without both of them. So the trees I've put in the POV, they don't include the Pierce nodes because people will need them at various stages, and I don't want people to path there if they don't need to or path there too early. So just know, if you want to move to Vol Lightning Strike, you need Pierce on gear or the tree, and you need our way to additional strike. And number 10, lastly, check out Crouch and Tuner's video on the Chaos Enhancer tool. If you have a couple of stash tabs, this tool is great for making some early chaos, and it takes a lot of the pain away from what made chaos recipes so annoying, because it kind of guides you through the process. If you do run it, make sure you use NeverSync standard semi-strict filter so that you don't hide any rares. And that's it from me. Really quick video just to help people along with their league start. I'll be live on Twitch from around 30 minutes before league start tonight and at various times throughout the weekend. So come along, drop a follow, join the fun. Also, feel free to ask any questions either here on Twitch or in Discord. Best of luck to everyone at league start. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.